Hey guys, what's up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another game review. And this time it is going to be on Chrono Trigger. This is a game that I finally got the chance to play. I couldn't get the SNES version because that game was just way too hard to find and way too expensive on Amazon and eBay. There was a different way I got to play it though. You don't need to worry about that. And as you can see, I don't have the game right now because the DS version is pretty expensive. And there's also a PlayStation version. Either way, this is a game that I really want to get for my collection because I basically loved every second of it. So Chrono Trigger, you play as a guy or a boy. He's a teenager named Chrono. And, well, you know, it's not misleading. Only Chrono is spelled differently. There's no H in his name. And basically, he and his friend Morrow have to travel through time to certain areas in the game so they can stop a creature called Lavos. And so basically 1999 can live on. So it's basically a simple enough premise, and there's a lot of time traveling elements. So basically there's a lot of backtracking into the world. Technically there's multiple different time periods in the game, and it's honestly very well detailed and a lot of fun to explore. There's like 9 different areas to explore. There is one certain area that you do not want to explore, because I just heard it was a bad place to go. It's basically the apocalypse. I think that'll just basically give you the bad ending. That's another thing about this game. What is really great about this game is the fact that you can get, there's up to 13 different endings. There's one you can easily get just by trying to defeat the final boss but instantly dying. That'll easily give you the bad ending, and you can do that early on within the game, which is exactly what I did. And if you're wondering what ending that I got the happy ending, because seriously, this was a game that I was like, I have to beat this game. I want to be one of the people that loves this game to death, and honestly, I do. This game is simply a masterpiece. I really like, one of my only issues with the game, and this is something that happens frequently, is the game, because it's an SNES game, it really doesn't hold your hand that much. Basically, like, it doesn't really tell you where you need to go. Like, it's not too hard to get sometimes you can get confused in the game, but honestly, that's basically it. You know, that doesn't really hurt the overall score for the game. But what's really great is that there's also there are some really great characters. Like, you got Frog, you got Morrow, you got Ayla, you got Robo, you got Magus. You got so many great characters in the game that are actually really big parts because they're from certain time periods. Of course, I mentioned there was a character called Frog. Of course, obviously doesn't live in Chrono's dimension, but that's another great thing about this game, is that for an SNES RPG, it has a great use of character development that will definitely have you connected with the characters throughout your journey. And that's something that I absolutely adore about this game. Also, let me get into the combat. It's pretty fun, actually. The game isn't too hard. Basically, the challenge mainly comes from the bosses. Like, it can be pretty easy to get confused and lost on what you're supposed to do with the bosses, because throughout your journey, you'll basically get magic power-ups, and if you use the wrong one on certain enemies, then it'll either do nothing or basically maximize their health, or basically regain their health, which is actually pretty cool. Like, the game isn't a cakewalk, nor is it like I said, I did get stuck on a few bosses like a few times, like. But you know, because there are tough bosses in the game, that honestly did not make me want to quit the game, because Literally, this was a game that because ever since I played this game, I've been playing this game. I played this game for a week and a half. I did not play any other game until I finished the game, and it was arguably a lot of fun. I could say that this game has aged quite well, not only from its graphics, but also its soundtrack. This game has a phenomenal soundtrack that works perfectly with the game. This game is basically like Final Fantasy, except different. It's made by Square Enix or Squaresoft. I don't know if this game was made when Squaresoft was Squaresoft or when Squaresoft became Square Enix. It was 1995. I wasn't born then, but you basically get what I'm saying here. But all in all, with a great cast of characters and such a phenomenal story that gets basically better as you progress. Fantastic level design, and as you level up and you get certain items, better items in the game that will help you out on your journey, that will do certain usage to help out your characters. Like when you get certain items, they're basically for one certain character, or they can be used for all characters. That's something that is just absolutely, like, I know I'm praising this game way too much. Like, I mean, I can't help myself. Arguably, this is one of the best RPGs like ever made. Like, I cannot find major issues. Like there wasn't a single glitch. Like, nothing. Uh, there wasn't anything bad happening. There wasn't any crashes or anything like that. It was just flat out amazing to play, and I just loved every single second of it. Overall, Chrono Trigger is an absolute must-play. It has, like I said before, fantastic characters that you can connect with as you progress throughout your journey. And what's really great is that during the last few hours of the game, you can do side quests that there's this option to have this one character on your team because in the beginning he was a bad guy, but if you decide to fight him, then it'll change the ending. If you don't, he'll basically become a good guy and join your party, basically. And this is not one of those games where when I beat the game, I just want to move on with my life and never want to play it again. No, this is a game that I definitely want to play multiple times to see what other endings I could get. Like, I could change up the story a little bit and stuff like that. And I mean, what is there more to say? It's one of the best SNES games. It's one of the best RPGs, and hell, it's one of the best games ever made. Like, seriously, I could not stop playing this game. I haven't stopped. This was the main game. Sorry about that noise. Something dropped, but I don't know how to explain. Basically, this was the only game I played straight through this game without playing another game. Like, I did not play another game in my collection. I did not want to play another game until I beat Chrono Trigger, because I was really focused on just trying to beat this game, like, really, and it was super satisfying. It's like 20 hours of content, which is a pretty surprisingly long time for a SNES game, like, really. That's how great of a game this is. I'm going to give Chrono Trigger a 5 out of 5. I know that one issue, like I said, it doesn't really affect anything at all. It's something that certainly will happen with, that did happen with retro games. I mean, I'm not a retro gamer, but yeah. Like, I definitely want to try owning this game soon, whether if it's for the DS or PlayStation. Either way, this was a fantastic game, and I loved every second of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. For this weekend, I'm going to be seeing The Predator. I'll have a review up for that probably Sunday or Saturday. Yeah, it's probably going to be Sunday. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.